What's up guys, Stevie here with Lucky Crit. Those of you that have been keeping up with the massive amount of Fire Emblem Heroes news lately will already know that we've received even more Fire Emblem Echoes characters added into the game. However, I still thought it would be fun to discuss these units and their transition into heroes. We've also got the Grand Hero battle against Berkut going on right now, and it seems that following him, there's going to be a Grand Hero battle against Clive, but we'll talk about that after. Shockingly, after the release of the Elysian Summer banner with the limited time summer units, Intelligent Systems also gave us two new banners, this time simultaneous Alm and Celica banners featuring units from their armies. First up in Alm's banner, we've got the legendary knight Matilda.
I am proud to fight at your side.
Matilda's weapon is the Rider's Bane, which is effective against cavalry units, and this shows us that Intelligent Systems have definitely been paying attention to the current horse-heavy meta and are looking for more ways to counter it. Her assist skill is Rally Resistance, and she's also got a new skill called Cancel Affinity 3, and the text is a little bit confusing, but here's how it works. You give up on using any Triangle Adept or Affinity weapon bonuses, like the bonuses that you get from the Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald weapons, but when you're at a color disadvantage and the enemy is using Triangle Adept or one of those gem weapons, you'll negate their bonuses from using those skills and weapons. You'll still be at a color disadvantage to them though, but it'll probably save you from getting wrecked. So a little tricky to wrap your head around, but basically this skill will be a good counter against Triangle Adept builds like with the Raven Tomes on Horse Emblem, or good against units like Sapphire Lance Azura or Ruby Sword Olivia. It's a little situational, but it could definitely come in handy. Finally, she's got Hone Attack 3. Next up, we've got the Rai Comrade Gray.
I'm handsome, I know, but there's no need to stare.
Gray is definitely another example of Intelligent Systems paying attention because he comes equipped with the Zanbato, which is also good against cavalry units, so this will help to further counter some of those Horse Emblem teams that you'll see in Arena. He's also got Swap, Wind Boost 3, and Sword Valor 3. From what I've seen so far, the boost skills are actually pretty good, but they tend to come on characters that can't really use them all that well. It seems like Gray might be able to make some use out of it, but he'll probably be better off using Fury. With Sword Valor 3, we've seen some of the Valor skills before, like in the Elysian Summer banner, so this skill is a little bit more of a grindy skill that's just going to help you train up more SP on your sword units. Next up, we've got the Free Spirit Delthea.
I'm pretty bright, alright.
Delphia is probably the best unit in this banner, as she's a really offensive blue mage, but she's also got some really amazing team buffs. Her weapon is Dark Aura, which grants adjacent allies who use swords, axes, lances, or dragonstones attack +6 through their next actions, so this is going to be great for having her as a team booster. And this is also on top of any Hone skills or any other skills that they can receive, so she's really going to buff up your allies. She's also got Miracle, which is probably not the best special for her, but it's going to help her survive any lethal blows, Death Blow 3, which is a fantastic skill that's going to grant her attack +6 when she initiates combat, and Drive Attack 2, which is a brand new skill that is like Hone Attack, but instead grants allies within 2 spaces attack +3 during combat. So she's going to be an amazing team buffer, and also a really good blue mage on top of that. Next up, we've got Celica's Army, which is the second banner that we've got. These banners actually only have 3 units each, which kind of isn't the best, but they've got some amazing units, so let's take a look at what Celica's got.
All this fighting can't be good for my skin.
First up, we've got True of Heart Leon, who's actually kind of a better Gordon, in that he's a little bit more of a defensive archer, but he kind of does it better. A lot of people have also been expressing concerns about these slaying weapons that we're going to see a couple of with this banner, and the reason why they're concerned is we've already got killing weapons in the game, and they're a bit weaker than these slaying weapons with the same ability, so a lot of people are worried that this is going to be kind of a power creep situation going on, because while the killing weapons weren't really all that good to begin with, these slaying weapons are kind of what they actually should have been, and instead of boosting those killing weapons up to this standard and increasing their might with an update or something like that, it's clear that we're just going to be getting these slaying weapons on top of that. So a lot of people are worried that moving forward, we're just going to get better and better weapons for our units. So while it is a little bit concerning, I trust that they'll make the right decision with that. But like I said, he comes with the Slaying Bow, which is a much better version of the Killing Bow with a lot more might than those weapons have, and also, of course, the special trigger cooldown count -1. For a special, he's got Ignis, which is going to help because of his pretty tanky defense, Speed +3, and Guard 3. And we've seen Guard before, but basically if the unit's HP is over 80% at the start of combat, enemy is inflicted with special cooldown charge -1, so their special is going to take a little bit longer to activate. Next up, we've got the Driven Mercenary, Saber.
Think twice before getting on my bad side.
Saber comes with the Slaying Edge, which is, like I said, a better version of the Killing Edge. He's got Aegis for a defensive skill, HP and Speed 2, and Shield Pulse 3, which is a new skill that works alongside the more defensive abilities like Aegis, and basically makes it so that you'll take 5 less damage when the special triggers. And lastly, we've got the Vengeful Mage, Sonya.
What am I going to do with you?
Sonya is also really interesting as well. She comes with the Dark Excalibur, which grants plus 10 damage when the special triggers, so basically this is like a green tome version of the Wo Dao. She's also got Moonbow, which is of course a really amazing special, and it works well on her as well. Mirror Strike 2, which is a brand new skill that grants attack and res plus 4 during combat if she initiates attack, and Res Ploy 3, which basically makes it so that enemies with less resistance than you, who are directly across from you on the battlefield, will take an additional resistance -5 debuff until the end of their next action, which is basically going to make Sonya's attacks on them a lot more potent too. Overall, she's another really solid green mage. Like I said earlier, we've also got the Grand Hero battle against Berkut going on right now, so make sure you get him before he's gone. And also, we've received information from the data mine, and it's also pretty clear in the new story chapters that were released with these banners that Clive is actually in the game, and it looks like we're actually going to be getting him as another Grand Hero battle enemy once Berkut is gone, which is a little strange because Clive is actually an ally unit in the game. He's not really an enemy to any extent, but with the way that they've added him, it does really seem like he's going to be the next Grand Hero battle, because units that are added in the game but not in the banners do tend to end up that way. I mean, we saw that with Camus, with Lloyd, and some of the other people before that were originally in the game when it launched, but we didn't get them for a little while until they were Grand Hero battle units. So definitely be sure to let me know what you think of these banners in the comment section down below. I spent a lot of orbs on the Elysian Summer banner, and I didn't really get anything great for that long. I actually had a pretty ridiculous pity percentage going on until I pulled a Faye, which is kind of unfortunate because Faye's not that amazing as a unit. But I actually do like her character model, so I'll be keeping her. And then after that, I actually was very fortunate, and I managed to pull a really good -HP plus attack Leo, so that's really going to help my Horse Emblem team, especially when it comes to stuff like the Tempest Trials and maybe arena runs, or, you know, maybe some of the Squad Assault or Chain Challenge modes. And then I actually really wanted to pull Sonya from the Celica banner, and thankfully I did manage to do so. Unfortunately, she's got -speed plus attack, but I figured that's still decent enough for me to make her work. And when it comes down to it, like, unless you're a super whale and you just want to put boatloads of money into the game to pull the perfect IV character that you wanted, just getting the character that you want is kind of good enough. And to be honest, even though IVs do affect things in battle, at the end of the day, for the most part, they really don't make or break characters that much. You can always give a unit Fury or Life and Death to kind of counteract some of those Banes, so I'll definitely be playing around with that a little bit. And I did honestly need a 5-star infantry green mage, so I'm super stoked to have gotten Sonya. Let me know what you guys pulled in the comment section down below. Also be sure to slash that thumbs up down below if you enjoyed this episode, and comment heroes in the comment section. Make sure you get subscribed if you haven't yet and you want to see more content like this. And also make sure you follow us on Twitter for any news and updates that get revealed on the fly that might not make it into these episodes. And I'll see you guys next time.